Hey everybody, Sean here from Paracord. Today we're going to be using one of our bow sling straps. So we're going to be making a wrist strap for a bow and arrow, or a bow. So what I have here is about 15 feet of each color, and the colors I'm using today are neon orange, olive drab. So I've got my two pieces here, and somewhere in here, well, I got a mess. I've got a real big mess going. Okay, so yeah, I already put my two ends together roughly here, ran it all through, and came up with my two center points. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to do a diamond braid. I think it's called a 2-strand diamond braid. I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments if you know what that braid is, but I have a video on it. I'll put a link in the description for that braid specifically. I'm going to give you good instruction in this one, but just in case, I'll put the link in there for that. But it's going to be a diamond braid that goes, it ends up, the end of it comes up through this hole, goes down through the other, and then you have a Solomon weave that goes around your wrist right here, and then another end of the diamond, I think it's called a diamond braid, or 4-strand braid will come out of here and go down through the other hole there. So let's get started. This is my center point of both cords. So got kind of a mess here. Hopefully we can do this with these long cords. I have about 6 feet on each side, at least, maybe 7. So you're just going to take one cord over the other, just like this. Then you're going to, the top cord is the one that you start with. You're going to basically say in your head, and you could start this either way. You can take right to the back and to the other side. And what I mean to the back is like the top side, like up here. The front being down here. So this left cord would then go to the front. So you're kind of just doing that sort of thing, going around. And now the left cord is now your right cord. And you do the same thing. So you're gonna, in your head, it's right, back, left, forward. And then you can do, your orange one is going to do the same thing. It's going to go underneath and to the right. So top right, bottom left. So just like that. And that completes one, I guess, full pass on this. Now you just repeat that. You do the exact same thing you just did. Now your right cord over here does the same thing that you just did when it was on the last time you did the OD. It was right to the back and the left to the front, like that. It's kind of hard to see with my thumb in the way. I might have messed up a little bit by letting go of that cord. Yep, a little bit of a mistake there because I let go. So it goes this way. So the OD goes under to the top. And then the left side, which is this cord, left and to the bottom. And then we said top to the right and bottom to the left. So top goes to the right side, like that. And then the bottom orange one goes up to the left. Bottom left, top right, bottom left. And then we repeat that process again. Right top, left bottom. And starting out on this takes a little bit of time just because there's so much cord that is in the way. Now we're going to take our bottom cord here, and that one goes to the left. So bottom left, top right. I should write these down, how I'm doing it. Let's see, do I have a sticky note right here? Not only do I have a sticky note, but let's see, do I have a pen? I have a pen. So we're saying, oh, there we go. Okay, so right top, left bottom. And this is the order you should do it into if you're writing it. And then you're taking the top and you're bringing it down to the right side, so top right. And then bottom left. Okay, so you can see that. And we'll try and follow this as we go. Just leave that there. So now we're on our green again. So we know that we're working on our right chord. So it's right to the top. So you take it under to the top side of the other green one. And then our left goes to the bottom. Just like that. And then we take our top and we take it to the right. And our bottom goes to the left. I'm going to set that off to the side so that it's out of the way. It's causing my camera to focus on the wrong point. And then you can kind of see what we're starting to make here. Nice little braid. Now we're on the green again. So right goes to the top, left goes to the bottom. Top to the right, bottom to the left. Yeah, and this is where it takes quite a bit of time at first when you have this much cord. But as you go, you're going to use less and less cord. Or you won't use less and less, you'll just have less and less to pull through. And what I want to do here is I want to do about 5 to 6 inches long of this braid. And then we'll switch it up to doing a Solomon. Alright, so we'll switch those. And when you get going, one thing you can do is do one like that, like I just did. And then go right behind it without pulling anything out yet and do your next one. So you just did 2 at the same time. And then you can pull all that slack through at the same time. So you're doing 2 kind of at the same time. There we go. Some people will flip this over and do it upside down. I used to do it this way, and some people find that it is easier that way, to do it upside down like that. It really just depends on how you originally were taught. I think I need to turn that. There we go. Put that green one that way. This green one. Got a little twisted here. Alright. So, top to the right. Make sure this is tight. There we go. Top to the right, bottom to the left, and up. Get out of there. Another thing you could do is probably wrap this cord around your hand so you got a nice little bundle and put a rubber band around it. And then as you're using the cord, pull some slack out of that bundle. And might make it a little easier if I have a tripod that I'm trying to work around, so I'm trying not to get anything caught on the tripod, so that's kind of in the way. Alright, now we're on our orange, so top to the right, bottom one to the left. So I'm going to, double up the length that I have on this currently, and I'll be back to show you how to do the Solomon portion. Alright, so you can see I've doubled the length of what we had before previously, and I counted 15 passes of orange and 15 passes of green. So that's about where you want to be. Now, we're going to do a Solomon section here, and what you need for the Solomon is 2 inner strands of the same color. Well, you don't have to use the same color, you just need 2 inner strands and then 2 working ends. So I want it to be mainly orange, so I want my center strands on this to be the green. So what I need to do is do one more pass and just get these green ones so that they're the center strands like that. So now I have one cord that just came out from the right side going under, like it was like making its original like normal pass through there, and I have another orange one off this side, and we're going to create a Solomon here. So to do that, you're going to create a loop and run that over top of your center strands here. This is what we're going to weave around all the way down. So create a loop and then bring that cord off to the left side. So you'll have something, I'm trying to hold it all together, but you'll have something like this. Now take this other cord that you haven't done anything with yet and take it over top of the one that you just ran over the top. So you did that one, and now you're taking this cord over it, and this one, instead of going over the center, is going behind the center and up through the loop, just like that. And then we're going to pull this tight. And we want to make sure that when you do this, that you're going to cinch this all the way up and pull this nice and snug, because you don't want anything to move. And that's going to kind of lock it in place. So now what we need to do is we want to make a section that's about 10 inches long from here all the way down using the Solomon method. So with the cord that you already took over the top, and it's over the top of your center strands here, coming off to the left, we're going to create another loop on the left, like that. Take our right cord over our left, around the back, up through the loop, just like that, and then pull it tight. And do the same thing again. Now we're on the right side. So the side that you start with is going to switch each time. So now we're back on the right side, creating that loop to start with. Take your left cord over that right cord, around the back, up through the loop. And as you can see, we're starting this pattern. We'll continue a little bit further. So create the loop now on the left, right cord over left, around the back, poke it up through the loop. The cord that goes over your center strands goes over every time. It just switches sides, back and forth. So it's basically doing this the whole way down. It's just doing that. And then this cord here is doing the exact same thing, but just on the back side, and then they're kind of locking into each other. So that one's going like that behind the center strands, and this one is doing the zigzags on top of it. And if you're unsure of which one to use to start off, look at your last one, see which cord is coming out on top, and that's where you start your loop. Loop, cross over, around the back, bring it through, tighten it. Loop, cross over, around the back, bring it through, tighten it. Same thing, loop, over, cross over, go behind, bring it up and through. Real easy to do. So now you can see what we've got here. We've got, 6-7 inch section from there to there, and then we're going to do a 10-inch section here, and then we're going to finish by doing another section of this at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this section up, and I'll be back to show you what we need to do to get this going again. Okay, so if you take a look at this, my orange strands here I have about 3 feet left of orange. So what I did is I just cut off, because I don't need all this cord, I cut off the olive drab at the same length of the orange. But we'll take a look at this portion that I just finished. So if we fold this over right here, you can see that we're a little bit longer with the Solomon portion than we are the beginning portion. Now what we need to do is do another section of this, And to do that, it's real simple. We're just gonna basically do what we were doing before. We have a cord. Let me zoom in on this. We have a cord that's coming out this way, like toward the camera, and we have a cord that's going out that way. So that's going to be our right side. The one that's coming towards the camera is going to be our right side. And then we have our left side going out the other way. We have our top and our bottom. So we just continue then. We're going to start with orange first. And it's going to go, what was it? Left goes to the bottom. This is the right side, geez. Okay, right goes to the top. Left goes to the bottom. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to take the top to the right and the bottom to the left. Like that. It's much easier to do once you have less cord to manipulate here. Alright, now we're going to take our right cord to the top, off to the left side to the bottom. That, like that. There we go. Now our top goes to the right, bottom to the left, and you can kind of do these at the same time, just as long as they're crossing paths on the correct side. There we go. And every so often I like to just kind of tighten everything. Just grab hold of all 4 strands and just kind of wiggle them. Make sure they're nice and tight in there. Okay, now the orange side. So right goes top, side, left goes off to the left. And then the top one goes on the right. Bottom one goes to the left side. Get that out of the way. Go. Right side goes top. Left side goes bottom. Like that. And then you just keep going. Alright, so I'm going to do 15 again, like I did on this end. And then I'm going to show you how we need to finish this off once again. Okay, so as you can see, I'm at the end here. I've done section here, we've got our Solomon section there, and then our end over here. Now we need to figure out how we're going to end this. One way that we can do it, and that I've done this in the past, is you've got your, let's see, we'll bring all the strands through where they go. So this one will go up. So we're just like this. Okay. Now, what I need to do is I need to take my green cord and run it through right here. So what we can do is we're going to loosen these 2 oranges so that we have 2 loops here. And we want to try and do this without losing the slack of our green. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we have a loop on the left of our oranges. Now the one that is coming towards you, you want that one to go down and through the loop on the right. Like that. Now the one that's going toward the back, that one's going to come up through the loop on the left. So it's going to go around everything like that and come up through there. Like that. Now when you do this, everything will get locked in here, especially when you pull these orange ones together. That's going to lock it, and then it's going to cinch down even more once you pull this green that way. So everything kind of locks in on itself. And you want this to be narrow enough. You don't want this to be, you know, like really small. Because you have to be able to fit this through this hole, which I think we'll still be able to do. You just have to really, really pull this tight. And I've got that about as tight as I can possibly get it. There we go. And I think it's still going to be, you know, small enough to get through there. So we just cut these 4 points off. Real simple. Just cut it as close to the cord as you can. There. there. Let's take care of those first. And then hit it with the torch lighter. Get that melted down. I'm using my tightening tool to give it some texture, but also to keep it nice and narrow so that we're not, bulging out. 1. 2. Alright, we'll come to the other side. And that actually looks very nice. I like how that looks. I've seen a lot of people do these where they'll just take the 4 strands and melt them all together. And I'm like, I think I can come up with a better way. So I hope you guys appreciate the way that I came up with this. It's really not too bad. Not too hard to come up with that. Just took me a second of playing with it. There we go. And you can see that tightening tool, the texture that gives it, kind of gives it a paracord look to it. And then we'll hit this one. There we go. Roll that over. And that's pretty much done now. Get some of this cleaned up and I'll show you how to use it on your bowstring strap. So these are available on the website. I'll have a link in the bottom for it. But you should end up with 2 pieces that are very similar in length, which they are, almost exactly. And then a little bit of a wrist strap here. So what happens with this is you're going to place this through the hole on this side. And that is the side that I just finished everything on. So it did go through. And then you can adjust this so you can pull it, let me zoom out just a little. You can make the strap bigger or smaller depending on where you go with that. And then you can lock in your size by going through another hole. And there we go. And that's what kind of holds that there. And do the same thing on the other end. The other end will go through a lot easier because it doesn't have that melted stuff on it. And then this basically is what would hold your bow when you're shooting. And like I said, you can change the size of it. Loosen one side here, run that going through. Pretty cool. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed making this one. It's pretty easy to do. I think these are only like $4, something like that. They're not much. But a lot of people use them. I would imagine a lot of people at craft fairs would buy these up pretty quick if you had these available. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I've really enjoyed getting back into making these videos again. So I appreciate you watching them, and subscribe. Please subscribe. I really do appreciate that. Trying to hit 1 million. That'd be awesome. If I could hit 1 million, even if it's in 5 years, that would be great. So until next time, paracord on. Do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button to your left. There's other great videos all the time, and there's a few to the right side of the screen, and you can also buy Paracord at our site with the link at the bottom left. Thank you again for watching.